Hello, everyone. Oh, I look a little zoomed in. Maybe Sean will fix that a little bit. I was running a little behind. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another Live to Roll show. We are live for a women's disability show. We're going to be talking about summer fun and staying cool today. So the heat is getting up there, and we just want to give you some of our tips and what we do to stay cool and what we've been up to this summer. So that is what we're going to get into. First, we're going to do introductions. So for anybody that's new joining us, make sure that you leave us comments and you tell us where you're from and you ask any questions. We'll be going through them regularly through the live. My name is Brianna. I was injured 5 years ago from a gunshot wound, and I am a T12 through L5 para. How about you, Ashley and Nikki? Oh, you guys are muted. Can you guys hear us? We can't hear you guys. Sean, maybe you could try muting them and unmuting them. I don't know. Maybe try exiting and coming back. Could we hear you guys before, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there they go. Okay, Jessica, you can go next while they come back. They should be back shortly. I'm not sure what's going on.
Hi, everyone. My name's Jessica Brito. I was injured 11 years ago. I am a C7 incomplete, and I was injured in a car accident.
Thank you. And let's go to Maya.
Hey everyone, my name is Maya Hendricks. I am a C5, C6 quad. I was injured 3 years ago, and I am a gun violence survivor.
Thank you. And let's go to Ashley and Nikki. Can we hear you guys?
I don't know, can you?
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
you go.
Oh, I'm Ashley. I'm a C4 quad.
And I'm Nicole, Nikki. I'm a T6 paraplegic, and we were injured in a car accident like 2.5 years ago.
Thank you. Okay, and let's get started with our questions. Okay, so our first question is going to be tips for staying cool in the heat. So we're just going to give you some of our tips on what we go through to stay cool. So let's go to Ashley and Nikki. Let's go to you guys first.
Tips for staying cool, I'd say drink water, hydration. I always bring a spray bottle with me, so use it. I actually get really hot all the time, so I use a spray bottle. And then, like the least amount of clothing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, as you can see, we're just in different seasons, even though it's summertime.
Yeah, it's hot over here, and Ashley has a sweater on. I don't understand it.
Yeah, that's definitely a good one. I think light clothing is really important. Oh no, they're frozen.
I know it's not for everyone, but I love it.
The sweaters,
I say even
feel
like
they're a
light.
quad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel
For
like
regulating temperature.
wouldn't you overheat, Ashley? Do you ever overheat? Oh, they're out.
Oh no. So it's not just my internet. Thank goodness. It's everybody's internet. Bear with us today, family. Leave some comments so that we can interact with you guys. And this is just going to be, life as a disabled person. We just have to go through the bumps of life, right? Okay, so let's go to Jessica. What are your tips for staying cool in the heat?
Um, Staying hydrated, of course. I finally got like an AC unit last year. So I try to stay wherever there's AC, fans. That's basically like the big one for me. I just try to stay away from it.
Yeah, for sure. I think that like having light clothing and like staying, I really am not a big person of like being inside the heat. Some people can like withstand it longer, but I feel like I've always not really liked being inside of the heat even before my injury, and now it just makes me extremely dizzy, so I have to be very careful. You guys are back. Is it working?
Yeah.
Again, round two.
Round two, we'll give
I
it
think
5, and then we're just probably gonna log off. No.
no worries, no worries. I think even my computer is on the wrong camera. That's why I look so weird. Okay, I'll stop messing with it. I was like, why do I look so weird? But it's because I was running late. My thing didn't connect right, and I'm on the wrong camera. But it's okay. Bear with me. I just look way whiter today. I look a little bit like a ghost, right? Okay, it's okay. I promise my makeup doesn't look like this in real life. We'll continue. Okay, so wearing limited clothes or wearing sweaters. So, Ashley, do you have a problem with overheating, or do you feel like it's like more like what Maya was saying, like a quad thing to be more like cooler?
Yeah, I would say I've overheated before, but for the most part, if I just drink my water, the spray bottle, since we don't sweat below our level of injury, so that way it imitates sweat. But other than that, like I thrive. I like the summer.
Yeah. Oh, good for you. I am not a fan of it, but I feel like when it's super
I'm
cold,
cold
I'm
right
really
now.
not a fan of that neither. So I just like want the weather to be perfect all the time, like a perfect warm, for me, or
Yeah,
else I'm complaining about it. But
no, I feel
um, so how about you, Maya? Do you have any different tips for staying cool that we haven't mentioned yet?
So for me, my mom actually bought me like this little thing that it can go around my neck, and it's like a little
Mm-hmm.
AC type thing. So if I start overheating, I can turn that on. I've actually never used it before, so I have to see how it goes. But this summer's been a little bit different from me after I had COVID. I had COVID in May, and then I've been overheating more than I did like before, so it's been kind of weird.
Oh, really? So how have you been handling it now since it's like different? Do you feel like it makes you go into like AD shock, or do you feel like you're really good at regulating it once you start feeling it? Like what are the symptoms you start feeling?
So I'll first notice like when my legs get like almost like a purplish red, and then I know it's starting to get too hot. So then I try to just go somewhere with AC. And if I can't make it to somewhere with AC before I start getting like an AD shock, then once I do get AD, I immediately have to go inside and literally sit in the AC like full blast for probably like 30 minutes until I'm like
Hmm.
shivering cold, or else it doesn't help. And then
Hmm.
so I just try to like notice my body's signs and stick by that, since I don't know how long it takes anymore, since it's different. Like last summer, I
Hmm.
knew if I was in the sun for 5 or 6 hours, then I needed to go cool down. But this summer it's
Yeah.
totally different.
Yeah, that's super hard. I know exactly what you're talking about with the little fans. I have one too, and you can get them on Amazon. It's not expensive. You just search for neck fan. That's what it is, and it like just goes around your neck and it like will blow for you. And then there's also another one that I found, but I don't have, but I think it's super cool for a stroller, and it's called a battery operated stroller fan, and it's like a tripod. I would show you guys on the screen, but I don't think it would show. Sorry about that. And it's like a handheld personal fan. Maybe I'll try. Oh, there we go. So it can like connect to your wheelchair. Isn't that the coolest? I was like, I need one right now. So I thought that was super cool. That's a definite must. And then another must for me is an umbrella holder like this, and you can get that on Amazon as well. So that will just clip on your wheelchair, and then it helps to have the umbrella. I need an umbrella if I'm going to be in the heat because I cannot handle all that. My body will reject itself at all costs. So I have to make sure I have ice water. I usually put ice and water inside of like one of those thermostat things, for the coffees, and that helps stay cool, so your ice doesn't melt. And then also one of those towels I have inside of the car, the workout towels. I'm not sure what they're called. Did I screenshot it? They're just called cooling towels, and they're like a special type of fiber, and I use that to put over my legs. So that really helps as well. So you basically like wet it and it like could stay cool, so you could like wet yourself down a little bit. Because I can't do the misting so much, only because I wear makeup and I don't like to get all wet and my hair gets all frizzy and stuff. So yeah, those are some tips for staying cool in the heat. I hope you guys got something. If you guys have any tips for us that we didn't share, please drop them in the chat for us so that we can read them along. We will really appreciate it. So have you ever had a bad experience with overheating? So we all kind of touched on having those experiences. So what actually happened and how did you handle it? Jessica, how did have you ever had you've been injured for a while? So have you ever had any problems with the heat like that?
Yeah, I've had it several times. Like, I found out I can't be in a jacuzzi because I was passing out. Um, I was like on the lifting chair to go into the water, and as soon as like my body started feeling it, I just started getting really dizzy and I couldn't breathe and just really lightheaded. So my friends just got me out as quickly as possible, and then being in a sauna too, I can't be in a sauna too long. We were at a spa one time, and that's I just kept going into rooms that I couldn't be in. And so for me, I one thing that helps me when I get like that is electrolyte water. So I buy a lot of like Propel water and stuff like that because I'm not a big like Gatorade person, and actually the drinks are really gross, but it's the only thing that helps me. Even like that Pedialyte electrolyte thing,
Mm-hmm.
because I do get really bad, and I don't know, like in the summer, I guess sometimes I one doctor said that even if I'm drinking a lot of water, it's not going to help me because I'm losing electrolytes.
Mm-hmm.
So she said to substitute sometimes the water for electrolytes because I'm just losing a lot of it, especially because of my spasms. I never stop spasming, and that like lowers my potassium and sodium naturally. So then with the heat, I just like completely crash.
Dang, I never even thought about honestly drinking those types of waters went for the heat and like that all that extra stuff, you know. Um, Maya, do you had any experience with that? What do you talked a little bit about it, but do you drink the electrolytes as well, or have you tried that trick?
No, but I'm about to try that trick. And I'm the
Yeah,
same way. I never stop spasming. So I think I need to connect with you on that, Jessica, and get some tips. Um,
yeah,
but
girl. And the thing that we don't realize is that the spasms are like draining our body more.
Mm.
yeah, they are really bad. Um, For me, my worst experience with overheating was when I was newly injured. I was in the rehab hospital and we went to the beach one day. We were at the beach for like 5 or 6 hours, and I didn't even overheat until I got like on the bus to go back to the hospital. So I started overheating. And then once I got into the hospital, my temperature was like 100.6. I was extremely dysreflexic to the point where like my head was throbbing, my heart was pounding, and I was having like uncontrolled bowel movements. Like it was insane, and I
Wow.
have never wanted to get dysreflexic like that again or overheat like that. Luckily, it hasn't happened like nowhere near that bad since then. But I have had instances where I've gotten like pretty dysreflexic and had to go inside, or I'm putting ice in my bra and ice anywhere I can put ice because I just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. You have to like counteract those that heat, you know, and like get cool as soon as possible. And like it is a struggle, I feel like, but I feel like you have to kind of don't push your body to the limit in that case and kind of recognize when you're getting caught, when your body's kind of acting differently, or when the sun is beaming on you, because that's when I had my bad experience was in the car. I didn't realize that the sun was beaming on my legs, and it was for a while. It was for like 2 hours, and then all of a sudden I felt like I could not breathe. My heart started pounding. I was like, you need to pull over. I started throwing up, and whenever I'm inside of the sun for too long, even if I'm in the car, I have to have the AC literally like my face is on the AC if it's too hot, because if not, I'm like, I can't breathe. Like, I really will start throwing up. I don't know why I get so nauseous. So, like, it's so important for me to have like that ice inside of my cup that I can just like put in my mouth really quick. Have those cooling towels, anything to make it opposite, right? And to get cooler as quick as possible, So I think that that's really important. I wonder if like drinking water, like actually helps or not. I'm wondering now that Jessica said that, or if it's just like kind of in your head, you think that it's cooling you down more. I have no idea, but I usually drink cold water. Maybe it's like the ice that's like I need shock in my body or something. um, how about you, Ashley and Nikki? Have you ever had a bad experience with heat?
Yeah, I definitely have. I have a bad experience with heat probably like once a week. Ashley's laughing at me. But we like to be outside, and I just notice if I'm out there too long, it starts to be like very uncomfortable. I get very hot, and then I know this is a 420 friendly show, baby. So whenever I smoke, I have to have my water with me. I have to have even sometimes my asthma because it acts up in the summer.
Mhm.
And it's just like a whole production. I feel like to be outside, I have to when we go out for rolls, because we love to be outside. I have a big book bag. I put a spray bottle in there. Oh yeah. And it's just, well, the bad experiences all the time. Sometimes I'll get like nauseous. I'll feel like I have to like throw up, even though like I really don't, but like I feel like I do. And then sometimes I'll get dizzy and I have to go lay down. But I notice when it's happening, and I just know I need to get to a cold place like ASAP. Like
Yeah, yeah.
like one time we were at my cousin's and I got really really hot, like the same, like started getting nauseous, and I was like, someone give me a car key. I need to get in a car and blast the AC because I couldn't go inside. Like there's no accessibility. So I have so many experiences with it, but it's basically always the same. Like I get kind of nauseous, and I feel like dizzy. If I ignore the nauseum, then I get dizzy. The nauseum. Do you have any experience?
For me, not really any too bad experiences. Just one time I got like really patchy in the skin, and I was like, oh, I should probably go inside. I think I'm overheating. But like I love the sun, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, maybe your body's a little bit more used to it, because I feel like in the
I think
beginning you
this
get those
summer
bad
my body's more used
experiences.
to it for sure.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's so interesting how we're all different. Amber says she's joining from Illinois. She's a C5 incomplete, showing support for these fabulous advocates. Thank you so much for joining us, Amber.
Thank you.
My Mission original cooling towel has saved me. Yeah, the cooling towel is really cool and it's really helpful. You guys should definitely try to get some. They're not expensive at all. Huh? Oh, you have them?
X.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And then something else that you mentioned, having water when you're smoking. What I realized too, in the heat, for some reason, if I'm smoking, it hits me even harder. So I have to have water with me, because if not, I will like go into shock. I don't know what it is about it, but I say drink water. Don't be ashamed. I think it's really important to know your body. And sometimes people avoid drinking water because you have to calf more, but I feel like it's just better all around to flush out your system and to stay active in staying hydrated.
You guys will never see me
like
without this water bottle.
I feel like in the summer, like the whole production of going outside is a lot more than in the winter.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
everything
for sure.
I have to bring with me, like my sunscreen and stuff.
Yeah, and so like that's going into our 3 summer must-have. So what do you bring with you? What do you have to have?
Okay,
What
go.
do we have to go?
Wait, the three. Don't let me go first.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna go.
who,
Or wait, who's going first?
you guys decide. Okay, who's going first? Nicole, you can go first.
Okay, for me, I love my chapstick, so I need my chapstick.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. Number two, the spray bottle. If I'm leaving the house, I need my spray bottle.
The big one.
The big one, not no baby one. One for all day, you know. And then my third. Oh, I have asthma. My inhaler. There we go.
Those are three great ones. How about you, Nicole?
I'd say sunscreen. I actually, before my accident, I'm Hispanic and I always say I don't need to wear sunscreen. But after my accident, I just realized I need it because, like Ashley said, I see my skin get patchy from being in the sun too long. So I always have sunscreen for my face and my body.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do. And then Ashley steals it. And the spray bottle. Need a spray bottle. If I don't leave the house without the spray bottle, I need to go back home because that's a lifesaver.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, that's hard. What's a summer must have? My water.
My weed. No.
My water.
I feel like water and weed is like a year-round thing for me. I always need it, whether it's winter or summer. How about you, Jessica? What are your 3 summer must-haves?
I think a hair tie. So craziest thing is I overheat, but I'm an incomplete injury, so I still sweat. So I don't know how, even though I still sweat, and sometimes when I get autonomic dysreflexia, my body, like, I feel like I'm having hot flashes. And in the summer, it just gets worse. So I can't stand, like, my hair touching my skin because I feel like I get hotter. So hair tie, water, and then I guess always catheters.
Yeah, that's a good one. I feel the same way. I'm an incomplete injury and I didn't really even like put the two together, but I also sweat. For the first 2 years I didn't, which was really weird, and then I started sweating out of nowhere and it was just like really annoying. And yeah, but I still overheat and sometimes I cannot handle like my anything being on side of my neck as well, and I feel like I just need like ice like all over me. It's absolutely horrible. Okay, how about you, Maya? What are your 3 summer must-haves?
Okay, so I was just telling you guys my water. You will not see me without this water bottle. Summer, winter, fall, whatever. My water. And then my hands get a lot more dry when I'm pushing in summer. So hand lotion. Because I get nerve pain in my hands when they get dry. And that's like, it feels so weird to me. Like, I will stop everything I'm doing and just start shaking my hands because I'm having nerve pain. And people are looking at me like, what is she doing? And then the last one, I agree with Ashley with chapstick. My lips are always on chap mode.
Yeah, those are good ones for sure. I definitely need my setting spray. I spray my setting spray like crazy inside of the summer. And I have to have perfume with me because I'm over conscious about like smelling all the time. So I always have like a little perfume with me. And my umbrella. I definitely need an umbrella when it's hot outside because if not, I'm sweating. A girl is angry. I am not a happy person if I'm in the sun without an umbrella. So those are definitely my 3 summer must-haves. I mean, I always have water and weed with me as well. So, like I said, those are always
It's like
a
we have more
must-have.
than 3 things with us.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely have more than 3 things with me. My bag is stuffed.
Perfume too, and deodorant.
I know. Got that chapstick. I got it all. Like it is necessary.
Bug spray. I carry it all.
Yeah, just like Jessica said too. Hair ties, catheters, got all that. I saw that TikTok where like it's like a guy getting out of the car and it's like he just gets out and then it's like a girl getting out of the car and then she's like grabbing like all her stuff to like get out of the car. That is totally me. I bring a million things.
That's me and Ashley's the guy.
I feel like it's better to be safe than sorry. That's why like I always feel like if you have that doubt, should I bring this? or not, you should just bring it, because if that happens and you don't have it, then you're in chaotic mode, So I rather just bring it with me. And it's just like, even when I go to my dad's house for the weekend, I bring so much stuff you would think I was moving in. Okay, let's see. What are your favorite hobbies to do when it's hot outside? So, first of all, I don't really like going outside when it's hot outside, but if I must go outside and it's hot outside, then I love to get inside of my old chair and do water fights with my brothers. Those are always fun to do, and like have like a little bathing suit on, just something to like cool down and like, get a little wet and like have a blast. Sometimes there's water balloons involved. It just depends, but anything like that is fun if you have an old wheelchair to use. I don't really recommend doing it inside the wheelchair that you use, only because of like it getting rusted and stuff like that. But yeah, I like to do that. And then I like to just go outside and read, and I really just like sitting inside of the shade more so, because like sometimes even like the house is too hot, you need to get outside. So go out there, get a little mini fan, have it blowing, smoke, just hang out. That's what I usually like to do when it's hot outside. So how about you, Maya? What do you do when it's hot outside?
I like going swimming. This summer,
Ooh.
I've been doing like swimming on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which has been super fun. And the pool where it's at is like in a greenhouse. So the sun and the heat like stays in the pool, and it's like warm for my body. Because if I go into a regular pool and it's cold water, even though the sun's on it, like I'm done in like 30 minutes. I'm shivering.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get out. So that's been really nice. And then I have a little swing on my porch. So I like to go out there and sit and just look at the river, because I live right in front of the river. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a
Oh,
nice little
that's super
scenery.
cool. Yeah, for sure. So with swimming, for some reason, like I've literally been injured 5 years and I have not went inside the swimming pool. I don't know why. Whenever it's like presented to me, I get so nervous, like for my body, like being stretched out like that. So how was it for you first going inside the pool? Like, how did your body feel afterwards?
I was also super nervous the first time I was going into the pool, and it felt really good. Like as soon as my body hit the water, it was like a little bit of shock, because my body wasn't used to it. But once I really got into the water, it felt so good. And then with warm water, my muscles feel really like relaxed afterwards. They feel relieved, like I don't know
Okay.
if hot showers, do they feel good to you?
Hmm.
Like immersing my whole body in the water and actually like just swimming and using my muscles feels really good.
So maybe going to like a pool that's like at a gym or something would be better than like first going inside of just like a random pool that's super freezing cold, huh?
Yeah, like the YMCA, they have like the little, heated pools. They have a separate pool that's also cold.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to try it out. Definitely. I don't know why I get so nervous about it, but people have told me that it's great therapy, so I'll have to give it a try. Give it a try. How about you, Ashley and Nikki? What do you guys like to do outside when it's hot?
Um, like to go for rolls together. Right.
Bad, like go for rolls
Around the
smoke.
neighborhood. Ashley loves to smoke.
Yeah, sit on the back porch and smoke.
I like to listen to podcasts outside, listen to music.
Oh, maybe yes.
Um,
Go out to eat.
yeah, we really like being outside. We're summer people for
Yeah.
sure. Both of us. It's just nice to be outdoors to do things. We live in the city, so a
Mhm.
lot of things are close to us. So we'll just roll around and try to find something, or hop on the bus and try to find something to do. So that's
I
always
love that. I
nice.
love that you guys that you guys have each other to go exploring outside and doing things
Yeah.
with. I think that's super cool. Yeah. Do you guys ever use umbrellas? You guys should get one of those umbrella holders. I think you guys would enjoy it since you guys are always out. I think it helps like rain or shine.
I never actually even seen something like that, so I didn't even think
Check
of
that
it.
out for sure.
Yeah, a lot of tips that I use is using for strollers or for outer people. For some reason, like more stuff pops up, and I think I always find like cool attachments for like my cup holders or stuff like that, like to keep on, to like carry all your stuff, like your phones and everything. They have like cool little stuff that
Yeah.
you can like put on the back. So yeah, that's a cool little trick just to use a stroller. stuff for strollers. I don't know why they have more stuff for that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
How about you, Jessica? What do you like to do when it's hot outside? What are your favorite hobbies?
Well, okay, the craziest thing is I overheat, but I love tanning. So I lay out until I can handle it. Um, I agree, like I can't go in pools that often just because my body spasms so much. So
Mm.
I'll do it sometimes, and for that I will like I need to like have like at least a CBD vape or something to calm my body down before I go in because I mean I don't smoke, but I can't be in pools unless like I'm a little sedated somehow because my body my like I'll spasm and then like I'll scrape my knees and I'll scrape my feet, so I don't like it. And then but I do like tanning a lot. I usually like summers love going like I usually take one vacation with my girls and then like one with my family or my son. So just trying to be in places that have like pools or the beach just to tan.
Yeah, I love that. I think that vacationing is so cool. I just like barely started doing it and like I never even did it before my injury neither. And it's kind of like a new experience to be able to have new challenges and to see like how things are how I can't think of the word, but how accessible it is for us, you know, and different stuff like that, how people act. I feel like when I went to Montana, it was just a totally different experience for me. And it just made me so happy to like try different things. And then for the Rolex experience, it was my first time really being without any help or anything like that. So that was a new experience for me too, but it made me feel like I can do it, you know, and it just made me more excited to try to do more things. So definitely have to do that. I think I'm gonna go to Las Vegas in May or something like that. So we'll see how that goes. I'll update you guys for sure. Um, what have you been up to this summer, and what do you have going on in your life right now? So let's go to Ashley and Nikki.
What have we been up to, baby?
You.
Oh, my dog unplugged my lights.
Basically everything that we said we like doing. I've been smoking. We've gone out to eat. We go for rolls.
You do these live shows.
Yeah, we do these live shows. Doctor's appointments. Just like your everyday regular schmegular stuff. Nothing really too exciting this summer, right?
Yeah.
Because the weather's been like in and out.
In Chicago, and then obviously with COVID.
Yeah.
I'm not a big traveler. I'm terrified of planes. Yeah, I'm terrified of planes. I think I only went on like 3 plane rides in my life. I get really bad anxiety when I go on planes. So I don't even know if I'd want to travel as an injured person, to be honest. Road trips. I do not like planes. No one like. Well, but anyways, yeah, that's not the question. But I was just. But we like to do stuff like that. Obviously, with like COVID, things have been a little different.
Yeah.
In Chicago, but like, yeah, just like the same
couple
old
things, but that's about it.
Yeah, we've gone to a few things that were like safeness, but yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely been hard. It's not as lot as events. Usually Los Angeles is filled with events during the summer and not during the summer. And so like a lot of things got shut down and like things are opening up a little bit, but you still have that little bit of like fright, you know, going out and stuff. It's still like unusual. You're not really sure. I did the Rolex experience and that was the first time I was around a lot of people at one time, but I miss it so much because I'm such like a social person that I need that like energy to feel like honestly I'm fulfilled. And it's taken me a long time to learn how to balance that in my life so that I'm not like so that I can be alone and also be around people. But during the pandemic, when you're just like so isolated and don't really have anybody, it's hard, you know? And I miss seeing people in person so much and just having those laughs. There's nothing like it. Like, so that was really, really fun for me to just have that, my heart like fulfilled with everybody and seeing everybody and getting to hang out. And it's so crazy, Maya, because I realized that that's like only the second time that we've hung out.
I know, in person, isn't it crazy?
Yeah, like actually in person, like what, like seeing each other. But I feel like we've known each other like for years, and we hang out every weekend. Like it's so funny,
I
but
know.
that's the power of social media. You get to feel so connected. But there's nothing like that in person vibe where you just get to laugh and just like connect and have like fun on a different level. I cannot wait until Ashley and Nikki, you guys come out to Los Angeles. That is
I
going to
know.
be a
Me too.
blast. We'll have to
When
plan
we
it like where a couple of girls come out at the same
when we
time. That would
drive.
be yeah. You can drive. Don't worry,
Okay.
girl.
Well, I'm
When
like,
we
pick me up,
Ashley and I
pick me
both
up.
want to drive.
I know.
Right?
Maya can join
Okay.
you guys on the road
Right.
trip. That'll be super exciting. Um, okay, and Maya, what have you been up to this summer? You have lots of things going on, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have been traveling back and forth from LA, well, from Chicago to LA and back, because I'm, on the Rolettes and been doing like Rolettes experience and different stuff with them. I'm actually supposed to be maybe going at the end of this month for something exciting that I can't share yet, but I'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, I've been doing a lot of protests. I'm an activist in my community, and I am the co founder of the Illinois Prisoner Rights Coalition. So I protest a lot because there are some terrible things going on in the jails here in Illinois. So that has been a huge part of my summer, my last year. And then I did the Miss Wheelchair America competition. That was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it was virtual, but it was still like super powerful. And I placed second runner up, like in nationals. So
Oh,
that was awesome.
cool.
Okay.
That's
Congrats.
so cool. You have so much going on.
Right? Quad squad.
Yes.
I think that's so amazing how you just dived first, head on first, into this community and just are killing it. And I think it's so cool. So, how was your first Rolex experience being on the team? How was that experience for you? Because I know it's overwhelming for just the attendees, and I always feel so overwhelmed with the Rolettes. So, like, how was it for you, being on the team and having all those eyes on you?
So I'm really proud of myself for being able to like rock through all the events every day and being around so many people. And just talking to so many people is like, it can be a little bit draining, just like so many social interactions and like telling different stories and hearing other girls, emotional stories. But it was so powerful. I think I was probably exhausted for like 3 weeks after the event and have barely really done anything on social media. Like I've been terrible at all of that since I've came back. But it was so nice to be able to visit with all of the girls from the community, and actually make meaningful, personal, like in person interactions. It was so awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool getting to watch you up there on stage and everything like that, especially from the first experience. And like, I ended up getting the Ballast Babe Award, and it was just so overwhelming. I can't even explain the feeling of like having to go up there in front of all these people that are staring at you. And then when you're up there, you can't even see nothing because there's like all these lights on you. So I couldn't even see like anybody. So I was just so overwhelmed for myself. And so I give you praises too, girl, because you handled it and you were super funny and you were joyful. And even on stage, your spasms started acting crazy and you were just like, don't mind that,
I
just
was
pay
like,
attention.
I'm just kicking it. But Brianna, hiding that you won that award from you was so hard because I knew the whole weekend and we're hanging out. And I'm like, I can't tell her, but I want to tell, like, I can't.
I know, so funny because I didn't go to like the dancing section of it because if I go, I will be dead, and I will not be able to move at all. So I decided to sit this one out this year. It wasn't for me, but Maya called me, and it was just so random because she was just like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Nothing, just in my room." And she was like, "Oh, are you coming down tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming down tonight." And she was like, "I was like, do you want to smoke?" She's like, "Oh no, I can't smoke right now. I have to go." And I was like, "Okay, we'll smoke afterwards." She's like, "Yeah, we'll smoke afterwards." But she just wanted to verify that I was going to the event. But it was just such like a random conversation between us. That was a lot of fun. I could not actually believe it. There's like, for those of you that don't know, there's so many girls there. There's like probably over 100 girls there, and they each pick a couple of girls to give flowers to that stuck out inside of the groups during the weekend, and then they pick one person to give like a special award that Chelsea has made with like our names on it and with like a little Boundless Babe quote. And so they gave that award to me this year, and so it was super overwhelming because I also went to that event super lost and confused and not knowing who I was and not wanting to make eye contact with anybody. And this year I was making so many new friends, and I got to go up to people that I saw looking just like I did in the beginning. And I had people that I met in the hospital for the first time, and they're already confident enough to come to these events as well. So I had 3 of those girls there, which was super, super cool for me. So it was kind of full circle, you know, to also get that award as well. So that was extremely meaningful to me, and it motivated me so much. And then the week after, I got a new car from the Triumph Foundation. So that was also so exciting for me because it's been 5 years since I actually drove. I drove a couple times, but not like my own car. And they surprised me with a car, which was so exciting for me, so that now I can start new adventures and just like keep on exploring the world, you know, and it just keeps on pushing me to do the greatest things and the best things. So yeah, I'm rambling on and on about this experience, so we'll go on. Okay, Jessica, what have you been up to this summer, girl?
Well, not all that. Congrats. You deserved it. I've actually, I think, like, my child's terrified of COVID still, so I didn't take any trips, but just spending a lot of time with my girls, brunches, dinners, and just working a lot this summer.
And you actually started posting more on your YouTube channel as well, right?
Yeah, I suck at all that stuff. I don't know how you guys do all that.
I suck
I'm
too,
always
girl, honestly.
I'm like, what do I post? Do I want to post? Do I feel like it? It's not my thing.
I know. I totally feel you. I get pressured into doing social media so much because when people meet me, they just feel like I have the personality for it. But I don't know why. It's so hard for me to stay consistent. It's even hard for me to stay consistent with like watching stories and commenting on people's stuff. Like sometimes I get in moods where I just like don't want to look at social media. It's so weird. I don't know why. And like I want to do it. I think it's so cool. I love how we get to connect. I love getting to touch people and like all those that stuff, but I don't know, maybe anxiety. Do you suffer with anxiety, Jessica? I don't remember.
No, I have ADHD, so for me, it's like, I guess, the focus and concentration part where I'm just like, I get easily distracted. So I'll have an idea, and then if I have to like sit there and look at how to get it done, it's too much sometimes. But I'm working on it.
Yeah, slowly but surely. I think it just like takes time for you to like pressure yourself into it, and like I'll try to make posts, like write them out before and have them planned, because I also do half of the sorry, my dog. Lucky, knock it off. So sorry. I do have the post for the Live to Roll channel as well. So sometimes that's even hard because it's like on a schedule, right? So me and Sean are also both not very good at the social media things. We try to get it done, and we try to like work on days and like get it posted. And I have to like really plan it out. Like it's not easy for me to just like wake up and like, oh, the random picture I'm going to post with the random caption, and like, no, I don't know why. And I have to like do it sometimes like 2 weeks in advance to have like posts like planned up for me to actually post. So like it's, I don't know, it's draining. I'm sure Maya, you can relate too, right? Because you had to like overly start posting, right?
Absolutely. I have like a post schedule now, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday is when I post, and like I'm trying to do like TikToks on some days, and guys, I hate social media. And it's so hard, and like, and it's really important for like my coalition social media to get the messaging out there, you know, and educate people about what's going on in prisons in Illinois. And so now my coalition, they're having me like make TikTok ideas, and now so I have more social media, and I just like to watch Netflix sometimes.
Yeah. That's me. I'm like, make a TikTok, watch Netflix. Make a TikTok, watch Netflix. And like for you, I feel like that's kind of what I need. I need something to like really, really pressure me. So in the live to roll, I have a little bit more pressure to kind of do it because I feel like, I'm building up like our company name and everything. But I don't know, for my own social one, it's easier for me to put it off, So I think having that routine and having these people like want you to do it and count on you for it can make you more more liable to do it, more likable to do it. Like it's the same thing with this podcast. It's like not every single week are fully our best and we want to get on here, and like talk about these subjects, but we know it's important, and I think a big thing for me is that it's not my channel, but it's Sean's channel as well. And I look up to Sean so much in the community, so it pushes me to be on top of it and to stay, consistent and to keep on doing it. So I think that definitely helps. So finding something that you love to do is so important when it comes to posting on the social media stuff. But yeah, that was a whole different tangent that we went on. It's all good. That was a good one. So any future plans or goals this summer? So we'll talk about goals because we kind of talk about our plans a little bit. So personally, my goal is to learn how to drive on the freeways. We got a car, we got the streets going, but freeways and my anxiety do not work well together, especially hearing about like constant accidents and injuries like within the community. I think it's like just so much. So I think that's one thing. And then also working with a therapist to work on my anxiety. I really want to find a therapist that is not like trying to shove pills down my throat because I just cannot handle the anxiety pills. I get so tired and it makes me feel like I honestly want to cry for not feeling like myself. And not everybody feels like that. I have a friend that, she got on anxiety pills and it works great for her. And it kind of sucks for me. So it made me pull away from going to therapy. And so this summer, my goal is to really look for a therapist and find one that understands what I want. So that is my goal. How about you, Ashley and Nikki? What are your goals for this summer?
Your goals.
My goals for the summer, similar to you, Brianna. I've been seeing a therapist, so just continue to do that. Continue doing like the practices that her and I have talked about. Also, just kind of keeping up with things that I guess I have been doing, like working out, trying to, I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, for us.
Yeah.
I hope you're okay with me saying this, but we just been trying to figure shit out because we got some not so great personal things going on.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to figure it out over here, okay?
Yeah.
Every day we're just figuring it out. Yeah.
I think that's important.
Hopefully
I think it's
everything's
important to
not
realize
there.
it. That's self-love, I feel like that's important to take that time to figure stuff out, because if not, what are you going to do? Some people sit there and complain and complain and complain about things that they don't like in their life and not take any action to fix it, instead of thinking about ways to do something differently, or how can we make this better, or how can we be better. So I really applaud you guys for being so newly injured and new to this community, and having each other and really sticking it out and staying strong and pushing forward and always grinding and always trying harder. I love you guys so much, and I see you guys killing it as well in this community and advocating and just being badasses in this wheelchair. I feel like we never expect we don't ever expect this, and so it can hit our world and turn us upside down. And so it's okay to acknowledge that things are a mess and things need to be fixed, so love you guys so much. How about you, Jessica? What do you have, any goals this summer?
I guess the whole content thing. I feel like
You say it all depressed.
I feel like as a mental health provider, I think what I've realized as a therapist is that the way I
Oh no, did she freeze or me? She did, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Dang, I was so worried about my internet, and I like how everybody else froze for me. I probably froze a little bit. We'll wait until she comes back. We'll jump into Maya. How about you, Maya? Any goals this summer? What do you have going on, girl, that you can tell us about?
So, okay, yeah, that I can tell you about. That's a good point. Thank you, Brianna. So one of my goals is to be able to push my wheelchair better, like longer. Recently, I switched to a manual chair. Shout out Mike Box from Box Wheelchairs. He made me this amazing chair that fits me better and has a lower backrest. So like I'm able to like lean back, and the backrest isn't contoured like my other one. So the sides were like sticking out in my way, and so I can actually reach back farther and like reach the back of my wheels and get a further push. So I've been learning like different tricks, how to like just push and propel faster and longer. So that's one of my huge goals. And yeah.
That's a big one. Yeah, I think that's a really big one because you're getting stronger as well. It was such a funny image. Let me set it up for you guys at the experience. We had just finished smoking. It was me, Maya, and our friend Brittany. And we were pushing Maya to the door and trying to get all of us get there. And she started spasming, and we could not get her legs to get back on her foot plate. So we're just like all struggling like inside of a circle. We ended up having to have her mom, and her mom knew just what to do. Her mom came in and just like hit her legs inside and like did it. And we were like, oh, you need to be aggressive with it. You know, we all need different things. So it's just so funny. I think we were being a little too gentle with it.
They're so strong. Like it's ridiculous.
They are really strong. They are extremely strong. So are they strong enough to like if you put a strap? Excuse my ignorance with this. I don't have that strong of spasms, but if you put a strap like in front of your wheelchair, will it be so strong that it will knock you back?
No, so it's not super strong that it will knock me back, but eventually it wears like the Velcro from pushing against it so much. So I have to get the Velcro replaced like every 6 months. And it's better if I put the strap like on top of my feet instead of in front of my calves. That's my little trick for it. I'm trying to like figure out ways to like fix my drop foot a little bit so it doesn't happen as much because my ankles are pretty like they're pretty stuck.
Did you see one of the? Oh, sorry. Hold on. My boyfriend just came in with Starbucks. Did you see one of the shows that we did with the drop foot? They sell them on Amazon. It's like for drop foot.
So I do have those. My ankles are just like really like they're just pretty stuck right now. So previously I had these boots that were made from me for like the from the ortho department. I don't know how to say that full word, but
don't worry, girl. I mess up on words constantly.
the plastic was like too hard that it gave me a pressure sore on the side of my foot. So I kind of stayed away from braces for a while. And with me staying away from them, they just got like pretty stuck. So I am working on like wearing those braces and like fixing that. So it's a little tough.
I had those boots from the hospital that they gave me, and they were just like these huge boots that I absolutely hated to wear, and it was very hard for me to do by myself. But I found the drop foot ones on Amazon, and so like just customizing that or adding in like an extra layer of fabric. You know, you like they sell the fabrics like even at Walmart that you could get and like put it over, you know, just to adapt it a little bit. And I think that helps. I don't think drop foot is something that we really think about in the beginning. I mean, I didn't really think that it was like that serious or like that important for my feet staying on my plate, even on my wheelchair.
I was like, oh, my feet are fine. Like, don't worry. They look good.
Yeah, so I had the hospital wheelchair, so my legs went out and my knees went in for the longest time, and so now like I have my legs will kick out. A lot of people have that. Oh, thank you. A lot of people have the problem where their legs like fall open, but yeah, it just like depends. Oh, I was hoping Jessica would pop up back on because I know she had something important to say about being a therapist. We'll wait a couple more seconds for her. I'm so excited I finally got Starbucks. I mean, it's at the end of the live. Thanks, boyfriend. Just kidding.
She said she needed it in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. I know. I needed it to get through the live.
That's on Starbucks now.
Now I'm going to be all spagacked out. No, what's so funny is I actually have to do a commercial an audition for a commercial for Starbucks after this. So I have like a little bit of green. It's for their Christmas holiday ad, so that's gonna be exciting to do.
Oh,
Good luck. Good luck. Show us
Thank you. Thank you. I always get so excited to it. But the thing with these auditions, it's a little discouraging, honestly, if I'm being honest, because they're not very specific in what they're looking for because they're not allowed to be biased. So I feel like they waste a lot of people's time because they're not very specific in what they want. Like if you just want a girl who's like skinny and blonde and like, you know, is wearing red lipstick, then say that, you know, like don't like have like all these people submit and then just go for selective people, you know. I just feel like that in our community is a little bit harmful and like kind of really sucks a lot that they do to us. But if sometimes, yeah, but if there's one that I really like and I can get a couple cute pictures out of it, then I'll audition for it. Sometimes
Agreed, though.
during
I'm just now starting, like, you know, with auditions and stuff, and I'm seeing that same thing. So,
are you signed to an agency here?
no, I have a manager from the Rolex.
Mm.
We all have the same manager, so just different stuff through him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's super cool. My things totally changed for me when I got through an agency and I started getting like regular auditions like that and getting them sent in, and it is fun. But honestly, during COVID, I like really retreated away from it and stopped doing it because it would be such a short audition and I would have to get fully ready and I would look all done up and cute for like a 5-minute audition, and I'll be like, okay, I'm not wasting my time getting ready for this because I don't even know if I'm gonna get it. I remember they wanted me to do one for like a Rubik's Cube, and they wanted me to like sit there and pretend I was doing a Rubik's Cube and like get excited, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna spend 2 hours getting ready to play with the freaking Rubik's Cube. I was so over it. So during COVID, I definitely did not accept as many things, but I'm trying to get a little bit more into it, trying to fall in love with getting ready again, because I feel like I've got a little used to like really not getting ready and like staying in bed during the pandemic. So I watched the Glow Up on Netflix. Have you guys seen that? The Glow Up? No. It's like they're in a different place. I want to say there's something. They're Australian or British or Canadian. There's something else, and they basically do competitions for makeup. So they do different like, you know, looks and just work on different skills. And so like that definitely inspired me to do different makeup looks and kind of like get in tune with that. Just like listen to music, zone out, and get ready instead of looking at something as like negative and draining to do. I don't know if you guys ever get in that mode, but
Yeah.
Getting ready has not been easy.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys actually do pretty good. And Nicole, I want to tell you that I think it's so cool how open both of you guys actually like with being so like raw and just posting pictures, you know, and just like staying updated on your accounts, because I feel like that's really hard to do. I definitely like judge myself a lot when it comes to that. So like I always see you guys rocking it, killing it on social media,
It's
and I'm like,
always
yes!
crazy. Because I should have been in the social media. I love taking pictures and videos. Like my old computer has so much more past. I have pictures printed like in boxes. Like I love taking pictures and just doing like it's crazy. But before, yeah,
And what's crazy, a lot of people don't know this because I made all the videos private, but before my injury, I actually had a YouTube channel.
Oh, really? That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're into it. So, but you
Yeah.
actually stopped doing it as much since you've been inside your chair.
Yeah, I
Is
don't
that
do
right?
it at all. I made all the videos private.
What
The YouTube
what would you
channel
do?
is-
What
on
did you
the,
use to
like
do?
YouTube?
Vlogs.
Yeah, it was like vlogs, like lifestyle type things. At the time, I wasn't like eating meat or anything. It was like the whole thing.
I love that because I feel like your personality is so unique, and I think you're so funny, and you always say just you make the funniest little introductions, you know, and you come in on the video that I think you always spice it up. So maybe you should start doing some more videos, but keeping them private, you know, and then not posting them yet until like you're more ready to be like more comfortable with it.
Oh my god.
Because I feel like you have to just start it, you know. I'm great at giving advice, girl. I'm not a great at taking the advice. I used to be really into social media too, actually, before, and I would post a lot. But I think after my injury, I kind of took a step back and I was watching and observing everybody, and I like realized that I knew so much about everybody's life. And then I was like, I don't really want everybody to be that in tune with my life, you know? And it made me kind of question all the random thoughts I just posted when I was in high school, because Jesus, my Facebook was cracking back then, you know? And I just had all these just like instant thoughts I would put out there, and I would never do that now. Like, cause you just, it's stuff that you think 5 minutes later, it doesn't matter anymore, you know? So it's so interesting.
Oh my goodness. I found my old
I
Twitter.
think it's whatever people feel comfortable with.
Yeah, I definitely have a love-hate relationship with social media. So I have my moments where I'm very active, and then moments where it's like, where'd she go?
Mm-hmm. What were you going to say, Maya? You found your old Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I found my old Twitter and I like need to take it down. I don't know how, but it's terrible.
I found my old Twitter too, girl, and I literally deleted everybody off of it and changed my name, because the only reason why I kept it is because it has so many like pictures and like little like memories, you know, like me and my brother just going back and forth and stuff like that I want to go through and keep. But if you search up words just in general like that and just see how many things I said with that word in it, I'm just like, girl, like you do not be sharing your life like this crazy, you know? So like I always think about it now, and like I try to post without judgment, but I feel like also, I wonder if you relate to this too, Maya. I feel like I don't want people to feel like I am like giving them different versions of myself, but I feel like I have so many different versions of myself, you know, because like when I have even anxiety, I act one way, you know, like sometimes I even overly talk when I have anxiety. Sometimes I shut down when I have anxiety. Sometimes, you know, I'm super high. Sometimes I haven't smoked at all, so I'm grouchy, you know, and it's like I have just like these different versions. I love God and I love to worship and I love to pray and I'm very close, but I also love to listen to rap music, you know, and like I understand that street lingo, and like I like to watch, you know, different shows and stuff like that. So it's like very, very opposite, you know, and I feel like it's hard to portray that online. Do you ever feel like you struggle with portraying, you know, yourself in that aspect?
So I struggle a little bit more with that, like on grid posts, because that's, you know, that stays up and there's like sponsors that look at it. There's people that are, you know, trying to do like casting that look at it. But like on my stories, I've gotten away from feeling like that, just because I've really honed in on like my why and why I'm posting on social media and like what I'm posting and who I am. Because like, you know, with me being an activist, I am always posting like, look at these police, what they're doing, like all cops are bastardized, you know, like all this stuff that's like can be really radical to some people. I'm like, abolish the police department. And you know, these people that are following me from like really like positive like therapy videos or positive,
Mm-hmm.
you know, stuff to do with disability are like, what? But I mean, that's just who I am and that's like what I believe in. So I've just kind of been like, if you don't care,
Yeah, you have to
I
embrace
unfollow
it.
me. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I love that. I think it's like definitely
Can we
something
turn
that
those
people
way
don't
later?
realize. It's hard. Mm-hmm. For sure. It's like you have to realize like you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But I
Exactly.
totally understand you with the casting as well. I was really afraid to show me smoking for a long time too, because the casting directors and so many people look up down upon it. But I'm like, honestly, dude, this is something I do every single day. And if you're going to judge me for that, then I don't want to be casted by you. You know, like at the end of the day, it's like this is who I am. And if you can't accept that and understand that, I'm not going to be, you know, like that on the job or whatever the case is, or maybe ask me some more questions or get to know me or whatever, you know, then it doesn't matter, you know? So I'm definitely trying to embrace that. And I think it's, you know, it gave us all a pep talk here to just keep on going and stay strong with that and
Mhm.
embrace who we are.
Yes.
Okay, I don't think Jessica's coming back. Boo. We'll have to find out what she said about therapy the next time for sure. I just want to say hi to Peter for joining us in the chat. He's always here and he's always commenting and watching. So we really appreciate you talking to the people in the chat and keeping them entertained as well. And yeah, I think that was all for our summer fun and our staying cool topic. If you guys have any other things that we didn't mention, please leave them inside of the comments. I also forget to say to like the video. That really helps us as well. If you leave comments on our Instagram posts, that really helps us as well. I know it's kind of hard and you don't really always know what to say on the comments, but it does help boost so that other people can see it. The way that it's set up, Instagram, it's kind of annoying. So unless people are like sharing it and viewing and commenting and liking on everything, then it does not get pushed to everybody's feed, unfortunately. So that really does help us reach other people in this community. And yeah, the Sean and the guys will be back every Tuesday with a new topic, and I will be back with the girls every first and third Thursday at 3 p.m. So make sure to come back and join us then. And yeah, thank you all for joining us. This was a great show. Bye.
Deuces.